And like to see where they are today is insane. And to see where the
Oh
call
my god, that bring back
and to
memories.
see where the Call of Duty competitive scene is, like Scumpy that's on Optic. I played with Scumpy in Modern Warfare 2 before he was Scumpy. I remember playing against Nate Shot and with Nate Shot when he was working at McDonald's.
Welcome back, everybody, to another RSG podcast. My name's Alb. Hosting with me today, we got the one and only Dario Streams. And for a special guest today, we got Truly EviLL. Truly, how's it going, brother?
Somebody.
Dario, how you doing today?
We're doing good, baby. We got the boy True in the house. We got Al. This is going to be a really good podcast. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm feeling good about this one. Truly, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. For anyone listening or watching today, Truly is our newest member of RSG. So this is his first podcast with us. We're going through everyone, like I said in previous weeks. So again, thanks for coming on. And Dario, thank you for hosting with me again.
Of course, of course.
You notice I say your name correctly more than like 50% of the time now?
You're working on it, but I told you, like, you're from Canada, man. If you say Mario, you can call me Dario. Like, it is what it is.
That's literally exactly what you just said. Like, you nailed it on the head pretty much with that one. So, Truly, I want you to tell us about you, like your personal life outside of what we get to see while watching you stream, or like, just on social media and stuff like that. Like, tell us about you, where you're from, your family, all that good stuff.
Oh, to start out, my name's John Gray. I am 28 years old. Actually, I turned 28 in June. I've got two daughters, a 7-year-old and a 3-year-old. My oldest turns 8 in May. I'm born and raised in Alabama. I'm a Southern guy, so yeah, that's about it. And then I graduated high school in 2012. Played competitive Call of Duty all the way up until now I still play competitive. So, and that about sums up my life: video games and spending time with family.
Love that. I just choked on some water. Near-death experience on camera right there. I thought you were older than that, Truly. I thought you were older than 28.
Mm-hmm. No, I turned 28 in June.
Okay.
I'm a baby.
Yeah. I thought you meant you said you were already 28 last June, but this June you turned 28?
Yeah, this June I turned 28.
Oh, I'm older, baby. Let's go. You got to respect me now, True. Put some respect on my name.
Shit. You're just a boomer.
Hey, chill. That's D4. That's D4.
That is D4 all the way.
I love that. So you were what, 21 or 20, I guess, when you had your first daughter?
Yes.
So early fatherhood. How was that?
Early, scary. I'm gonna be honest with you,
dude.
I didn't have a job. I was literally just living with my dad, and then I just stepped up. I got into heating and air as soon as we found out we were having our daughter. I got into heating and air. Did heating and air for 4 years. And then went from heating and air and started selling cars, moved up the chain of command and selling fleet vehicles for General Motors and Ford. And then COVID happened. So, yeah, that ruined everything about that. So,
dude, COVID's been the worst.
The worst.
It's been like, I've seen so many like friends and like close people in my life lose things like their businesses and stuff like that due to COVID. And it like really sucks. I said it in a different podcast. I think that RSG is the only thing that I know of anyways, benefited from COVID happening, because it just like started all of this basically.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. But yeah, man, it's all around a bad experience. I mean, like you just said, you lost your job because of it. How was the sales gig? How was that? And also another question I have for you before we get to that, the heating and air, is that what you called it?
Mm-hmm.
Is that like HVAC?
Yeah, HVAC.
Nice. I love that. So I did a little bit of that as well. Obviously, probably not like what you did. I only did it for like a month. But it's very cool. So like you're also into the trades. We have a lot of tradesmen on RSG, which is really cool. So I didn't know that you were into that. So that's good to know. But how was the car selling experience?
It was fun, man. I was nervous getting into it, but I got hired on by a really good dude. He was like a second father figure to me. I literally went from the first time I got into the car business till last October. I was literally working under him the whole time.
Nice.
I mean, it was fun and it was stressful all at the same time. But I had it made, man. When I started selling fleet, I got put on a salary, so I worked how I wanted to work.
Was it commission based only before that?
No, 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 no. It was all I was salary, and when I got hired on because I had a background in HVAC, so he already knew like I knew companies to sell vehicles to.
Gotcha.
So he started me out on salary and commission based all right when I first started day one.
That's pretty good. Do you
And I
ever
ran
work?
with
Very
it, man.
good.
Do you ever work a commission job, Dario?
Yeah, since I was 18, almost every single thing I've done has been commission.
Yeah,
I've been
I don't think I've ever.
really.
Even in HVAC, I was doing commission work
Dude, that's crazy.
because like if you did upsells and stuff, you got percentages of it.
That
But let me
makes
tell you
total
something.
sense.
There's some dirty people in HVAC. Some dirty people. I used to go to people's houses and literally cause a problem to make more money.
It makes sense though. You can go in and just be like, yo, I really think that your house would be way better off if you had one of these. You should add
And with
this on.
The guy that trained me doing it, I'll never forget. It was literally my like second week on. This guy literally heated up a screwdriver and poked a hole in the Freon line.
No way, dude. Are you kidding
Down
me?
bad.
So we replaced all the Freon lines and then eventually sold him a new unit. And yeah,
Albo, what you were saying was like, hey, like maybe I'll sell you something you might not need because it's better.
Yeah.
Drew was talking about,
Yeah.
let me come over there, go underneath the floorboards real quick, cut a
And
couple lines.
sabotage.
yeah, bro, it's crazy, man.
Dude,
Oh
I
my-
bet that was a good job. You guys made good money off that job.
Oh yeah, and then in HVAC you could also make so much side money.
That
'Cause when
makes
you have all
sense.
the licenses and everything, you can literally do so much work on the sides.
Just for like cash.
Oh, you're talking
right?
about like freelance, like people hit you up.
Yeah, like so, like if you wanted to, as a non-person that has license, you wanted to buy like an HVAC UV light, you're gonna spend anywhere from like $2,000 to $4,000. When I can go to the warehouse and buy it for $400.
Mm.
Wow.
So when I'm at your house, I can be like, well, my company's gonna charge you this much, or you can call me in a week and I'll charge you this much, and you pay me cash.
Ooh, I love that.
Really, truly such a salesperson, man. It makes sense why you're doing so well with the cars, dude. You got like the stern attitude, but you're also friendly as a bear, and
Yeah,
then it
man.
comes with like how to communicate with people. I
Mhm.
could see that being in your future if you wanted it to be again.
Oh, I love
Sure.
it, man. That's what I would go back to. I would either go back to sell. I would definitely get into sales because it's just easy money. Everybody's always needing something, and that's one
Yeah.
trade to be in is HVAC because they're always gonna need it.
I find that like the. So did you do just residential or did you do commercial as well?
Everything. I mean, we went to Georgia, Tennessee, everywhere. The worst job I ever did was the what is it? It's like a dog kennel place in Georgia, man. I mean, it was like 65 units.
Oh wow.
We're having to sit there and like move pit bulls out of the cages just to get in and like mess with HVAC vents and stuff, bro. It was fun. We spent 2 weeks there. We did
That's-
65 units in 2 weeks.
That'd be fun, man. I would love to go to somewhere with a lot of dogs like that. I'm an absolute dog lover. Huge dog
So am
lover. Dogs
So
are.
am
So I don't know. I don't know anything about HVAC. So like 65 units in 2 weeks is are you saying that's like a ton or is that like not much or
That's a lot. I mean, we only had 5 people.
okay? And you're
Yeah.
replacing like the full units.
No, 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 no. We're just servicing them and cleaning them out.
Okay.
But it was like 12 degrees outside.
Oh, that's fun. That's really
Yeah.
good.
So you're like
Yeah.
stood on the top of a ladder working on these units, probably on some
And
building.
it's freezing.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that
So
sucks.
what's cool is 4 of the people I was working with, they all adopted dogs.
From
Oh,
that
wow.
place.
We brought them back in the trucks. My boss was pissed. My boss was pissed, man. Yeah. I actually had a Facebook post that came up on my timeline the other day because I was going to adopt a husky, but it had already been adopted the day before we got there. And it was this big old husky. But
Imagine your whole crew, all 5 of you guys come back with dogs.
well, what's funny is we also cleaned out HVAC, so we had we had a big vacuum hose and we'd like hook up to the unit and basically blow everything out of it. And one of the dogs was riding back in that truck and hit hit one of the buttons on the inside, and it literally almost broke the transmission on the truck. It idled all the way idled all the way up and then dropped all the way to 40 miles an hour.
Wow,
Went from like 80 to 40 within like 10 minutes. Yeah. It's pretty
Crazy.
crazy.
dude, that is probably like a dream job for me to be able to work somewhere like that. That's so, and it's awesome that you guys took the dogs home. I love that. That's a good
Mm-hmm.
story. So tell us, Truly, about what got you into streaming. So I don't think I've talked to you a bit, but I don't think I've heard about this story, like what you actually got you initially into it.
Well, go back. How long ago was it? Like 3 years ago? When did Fortnite first come out? Like 4 years ago?
I think 2017.
Yeah,
But
2017.
yeah. Well,
5 years.
me and a buddy I met randomly playing Fortnite. We just started playing together, and literally we came 11 points away from qualifying for World Cups. 11 points, and this dude's like 45 years old.
And for people that don't know, like that's like Fortnite World Cup is like a very, very top of the line,
Oh yeah.
professionals only. Like you have to like play like against the best to even get close to that level. And yeah, so that's very impressive for those people that don't
He-
know much about that competition.
Hell, if
Yeah.
we would have qualified, we were guaranteed $50,000 just for showing up. That's what last place got, was 50 grand.
Insane.
That's insane money.
And it's not like they're just playing pubs. Like and everyone that a lot of people that are probably listening to this are used to Warzone where it's like public matches only. To get to that level, you have to play something called arenas. And
Mhm.
arenas is literally you're matched against the people that have the same amount of points as you, kind of like Halo level back in the day, but it goes like much higher in points. And so you're playing against the best of the best in these crazy Fortnite matches that can edit and do this and boom, boom, open, close doors, do quick
Mhm.
things. And like, yeah, it's very impressive. I played Fortnite for a while and I was not that good. Like, I was decent, but like to be that level, that's impressive.
It is.
I streamed it to Twitch from my PlayStation for like a year or so, and then Warzone came out, and then me and my buddy, we just switched to Warzone, and then I met a guy named RSG Ghost. I know some people might know him. And literally he was like, "Yo, you just got to stream, man." I was like, "Okay." I bought this PC I have now. Is a $1,300 PC. I threw one paycheck at it, and I was like, "I'm just gonna give it a shot." The wife supported me. That's the main thing.
Yep.
Is that the wife supported me, and literally, it's just grown from there, man. I started streaming September 2 years ago.
Damn,
So
okay.
almost 2 years now, man.
Dude, the wife supporting you, that like obviously it doesn't have to be your wife, it's just like your significant other or whatever. Having
Mhm.
that person there to support you, is huge, man. Like I know from my personal experience as well. Like if I didn't have someone here supporting me, like I literally slept like an hour last night. Went to work for 10 hours and literally came home and got hopped right on here. Haven't really seen her or my kid today, you know what I mean? And she's like
Mhm.
so supportive of it. Like as I came in here, she was like, "Have a good podcast. I love you. You know what I mean? Have fun." Like it's just having that extra boost. It helps you so much because it makes your mind at ease as well. Like I'm sure when you started doing all this and put a paycheck towards a computer and like got financially involved in it,
Mhm.
like it probably kind of started to set in a little bit, and she was like
Yeah.
there to help you. So it makes you
Yeah.
feel better at doing it as well. You know what I mean?
She supports me 110%. She's the one that basically made me go full time when I went full time.
That's
What do you
amazing.
mean?
So like I was still working at the car dealership place, and bro, I went from making like a good bit of money to support my family to like making more money streaming part time than I was at the dealership. And
Wow.
I just bought a Jeep. I was putting $100 in gas in it a week, and it wasn't worth it. She literally sat me down, and was like, "Ah, it's just time to quit your job and do it. Just full send it." And it's been amazing ever since.
That's insane, man. Do you like so making that decision? Was it solely because you were making more money part time than you were at your job? Is like that the main thing that made you do it?
No, not only that, it's the people that my grandparents watch my youngest daughter, and they're getting older. And we basically thought about it and like talked about it. Like, so instead of sending my youngest to daycare, because my grandparents were picking up my oldest from school every day, and then I would get off work at 6 o'clock, go pick them up, and my grandparents would watch them from 8 to 6 every day. So now
Wow.
instead, my grandparents watch them from like 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Watches my youngest, and I pick up my oldest from school every day now.
That's
So
awesome.
it just saves everything. Like, it saves my grandparents time. I mean, my grandfather wouldn't let me send my kids to daycare even if he just wasn't allow it, because it says it keeps him young
Yeah.
to have a 3-year-old running around his house. It keeps him young, but he enjoys it. They enjoy it. But my daughter loves it that I get to pick her up every day from school now. So
That's the quality of life is better. It sounds like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Y-
And I get to spend more time with my kids because I'm not gonna lie. Used to, I would come home, spend like an hour, eat dinner with everybody, and then game.
Yeah. It's kind of
Yeah,
like,
which again, it goes back again to your wife being supportive, because for
Yeah.
her, and same with you, Albo, like I don't have a significant other, but just looking at it from like a third person view, it's like spending time with your family is obviously the most important thing in the world. And from at least for us three, I can tell we all have similar values when it comes to that. And to be doing something with when we all started didn't produce any income. It was just a lot of time
Yep.
and energy put into something that was going for a future that we all wanted. But to have that person that your goal in life is to make them happy, to support you while you're doing something that's very risky is a huge bonus. And you guys are very, very lucky to have that on your side for sure.
Oh, 100%.
yeah, I agree. 100%. Yeah, I can't imagine how people do it without that support, cuz like three of us know right now, and anyone who streams or like has any sort of like self-earning business knows how stressful it is, how like up and down it is. It's just an
Oh, yeah.
emotional roller coaster. If you had someone that was like there when the downtime came to be like, I told you, like, you know what I mean, or like just not being like, okay, go play your game, or you know, something like that, then that would be taxing on the mind, man. That would really be it would like destroy someone mentally, I think, if that was the case, right? So it actually, like, having that positivity there and support, for me anyways, it makes me want to do better, and it's like it makes me like be clear minded while I'm doing it as well. Like, I'm just happy and I can just go do it, right?
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. So like it's amazing that you have that, like Dario just said, like I can not imagine doing it without that, in my opinion. Like, it would just be impossible.
Yeah, it's impossible. But when I first started out playing competitive, the wife didn't like it.
All right, so
'Cause
this is a hot topic for me. I am literally dying to know about your competitive Call of Duty like experience and the whole like career through it. So you used to play competitive Call of Duty right before the streaming and all that. So like, can you just like walk us through all that?
It started in Modern Warfare. Actually, it started in Call of Duty 4. I met a guy named. He actually lives in Mississippi. He's a very good buddy of mine to this day. We just started playing game battles together. I mean, he's got my phone number. He's probably like one of the 5 people I've met from gaming that actually have my phone number.
It's awesome.
I met him in Call of Duty 4. We started playing game battles, and then like once I won my first tournament, it was a 1v1 Rust, a Raider always on for $1,500. That's when my dad was like, "Oh, so he can actually play video games for money." So then I just started. I played Call of Duty, went to Halo, back to Call of Duty. It was just a fluctuating thing. But then when I started traveling, that's when things got expensive, and some of the teams I was playing on, we weren't winning. It's just like now. Like if I didn't have the support system that I had back then, I would have never got into it.
Yeah.
It's so funny you mentioned COD 4 game battles. Like we had a very similar. Our paths may have crossed at some point. We may have played like a GB. Like, did you ever do hardcore search?
Now, when I first started playing Call, no, I never played hardcore. No, but when I first started playing GBs, it was Radar always on.
Oh, really?
That's a long time
Yep.
ago. That's
Long
not
time
like
ago.
that's like a long time ago, man.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah,
hasn't
Call of
been
Duty
like
4,
that.
you could push your start button, pull up the map, and with Radar always on, you could see where the dots were on the map, and you had like an RPD with deep impact, and just shoot through a wall.
Yeah, it
I
was so
remember
toxic.
Overgrown always trying to rush across like the side to get to the bridge before
Mhm.
everyone. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, there's like one mantle. If you could get there before
Yeah.
they got there, you're in the spot.
Yeah. It's
Oh
crazy,
my
man.
god.
The
COD
gaming's changed 100% from what it used to be.
100%. COD 4 was my all-time. It is my all-time favorite Call of Duty.
Mhm.
Yep.
I think it's probably because it's the one I started with. Like, I did play a couple of the other ones at like a friend's house. So I've never owned them, but like that's the first one I grinded and stuff. And I just feel like even when they remastered it, I went back to it. You know what I mean? I had so much fun.
Yeah.
And we were playing those game battles and like the GB $500 tournaments and all that stuff. Like, it's insane. So in 2016, I went on a huge grind, like what you're talking about. Like, we were playing against like Tupac and Abizi and all those guys in these tournaments. Like, sweaty
Mhm.
people, man. It's hard. And managed to get a couple dubs, but I mean, nothing like what you're talking about. Like, going to, like, so you went to events and all that stuff. Like, you got
Mhm.
paid to go play Call of Duty. Like,
Yeah.
that's insane.
Which it was
Like
MLG events at that point.
Mhm. MLG and UMG.
Okay. UMG
That's
had live events back then?
The last
Really?
UMG event I went to was in Black Ops 4 in North Carolina. I'll never forget it. It was like 40 degrees outside, and they had it like at the arena right next to the beach, and we couldn't even enjoy the beach because it was 40 degrees. It was freezing.
Did you have
It
to warm
is.
up your hands, go to the sink?
Oh, bro, I wore hoodies every time I play,
Dude,
and we had hand warmers inside of our pockets of our hoodies. So before
Yeah.
you're playing, you just have your hands in your jacket, and your hands are on fire. Bro. Yeah,
when you
yeah.
say 40 degrees, like for me, it's in Celsius, and that's really hot. So you're like
Heck no.
40. I'm like,
40 's
oh, it was too
cold.
hot to go enjoy the beach.
40,
Mm-mm.
40 degrees. You might know the comparison, but 32 is 0 for you guys. That's like our comparison. So it's like a little bit above freezing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cold. Yeah, that's like everyday weather for me right now.
Nah, forget all that. And like I'm mad because this week I was gonna take the doors and the top off the Jeep, and it's supposed to be thunderstorming every day.
And we had I don't know what it would be in inches, but 10 centimeters of snow last night. We're getting another 10 tonight, and it's gonna be like freezing rain. It's gonna be like really like icy and stuff out. I'm not dude, the winters here suck, let me tell you. Like you're getting thunderstorms, I'm so jealous.
I had a little shower for 10 minutes today, and it's like 75 degrees out.
I wish, man. I wish.
You
It's
got you
either
got
like,
the spot, bro.
yeah, you have the spot. Because here we get hit by tornadoes every year.
Oh wow.
Like the reason we bought the house we live in now is because it came with a FEMA built-in storm shelter.
That's actually scary, man. How close do they come to you? Have they ever come like real close?
Though, well, we got hit like what last month. We like personally, my neighborhood didn't, but like a couple miles north got hit really bad.
Wow. That's
And
I would never
this
have
time
to
of
like
year is the worst.
oh,
Was
for
that flooding you had in your house? Was that due to or was that just something that happened with the house?
Literally came home and a pipe literally busted with us walking in the door 15 I literally came in here and turned on my PC to like get stream set up, and then by the time I got up, opened my door, there was water all in like the movie room and the storm shelter next to us.
oh wow.
Yeah, that's why there's no carpet right here. It's because we ripped it all up this weekend and we're redoing everything.
You
Because
have
it
to
happened right when COVID started, so like no companies would come out here and give us estimates.
I remember that you were like streaming. That was when we were playing like almost every day.
Yeah,
You
you
were like
remember
streaming and you had
I
like
had all the fans. Yeah, I remember. I had a DHU beside me and everything, bro. Yeah.
like you
That's
just look at his
insane.
camera, you see like a huge like dehumidifier. You have another thing like sucking up the wet air. It was yeah.
Yeah.
That's rough conditions, man. How much
Mhm.
water was on the floor?
Lots.
Damn, bro.
I mean, I sat here for hours that night and literally just had like one of those rug doctor things, just sucking up the water. And like I had a company come out the next day and they literally tore up some of the carpet, like that, all the sheetrock. They cut all that out, took all the baseboards off. And like, man, I think I had the DQs for like 5 days and the fans in here for 5 days. So it got pretty bad.
Is your storm shelter like below the floor you're on right now?
Same floor, but it's all under dirt.
Oh, okay. So
Like
it's
this, like, no, I wouldn't say it's all under dirt, but like it goes movie room and then there's a metal wall behind the sheetrock to the storm shelter. And then above the sheetrock is a metal and then dirt. And then behind it, it's just all metal and dirt. And it has a big metal door on top on the front of it where you like clamp it closed and everything else like that.
So if I guess I'm trying to understand it. So you have a house. Let's say your house is square. Does it go like outside of the
Mhm.
square? Like okay,
Yeah. It was built.
Wow.
It was added in after the house was built. So like
Wow.
to my left, there's a movie room, and then to the left, when you go in a little bit, is where the storm shelter is. You open just like a regular door, like the closet behind me, and then behind that is a big metal door. It weighs about 100 pounds.
wow.
I didn't know tornadoes were that serious out there. You're
Oh, it's bad.
Mississippi, right?
Alabama.
Alabama.
That's bad. This time of year too, April. I would say anywhere from like March to May is when it gets really bad here.
So they must have had
Just
to
'cause
have dug that up, right? Like dug up
Mhm.
by the foundation and built that shelter and then cut into your house after.
Mhm.
Dude, that's insane. That's imagine
Almost
like when you're
almost every house in this neighborhood has it.
oh really?
Mhm.
So it's like a selling
Wow.
point on houses.
Oh yeah, that's why as soon as I saw the storm shelter and saw that I could get fiber optic internet here, I jumped all over this house.
Wow. I wouldn't want. I would hate to have to live somewhere where you have to shop for a storm shelter on your house. That'd be
Yeah.
scary,
Well,
man. Intense.
True. Did you just say you storm shelter fiber optic, but then we still got you running at 80 frames? Like, where does
Hey,
that add up,
the
dude?
PC sucks, man.
We gotta make that the
The
next
PC sucks.
priority.
The PC comes tomorrow. I got a new PC tomorrow, actually. It's a Ryzen 9 5900X with a 3080.
Oh,
It
you're
will
getting a
be.
whole. It's not just the graphics card.
No, I'll be dual PC starting Wednesday.
Damn, you're gonna be like running 200 plus frames.
Yeah, they think I cheat now, man. Just wait till I can actually see past 60 meters in Caldera. It's gonna be insane. Yeah, I'm gonna be like 200 plus.
So you got the whole outfit, right? You got the Go XLR. You got
Mhm.
the Shure SM7B, I think.
Yeah, sitting right beside me. I'm just waiting on the PC to get here because I don't want to hook everything up to this one and then unhook everything and then redo everything. So
Not worth it at all.
No,
No.
it's not.
and I actually got a deal on the Go XLR and the Shure. I got it for $600.
Damn.
Huh?
Yeah, I got it from a buddy of mine.
USD or like pesos or Canadian dollars or like what?
I know, American hard-earned money.
Dude, that's,
This is it right here.
that's a really good
I got
price.
I got it from Carolina. You know who Carolina Blue is, don't you?
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes more sense
So
now. Okay.
so he stopped streaming, and he bought him a little car that he's working on, a little Subi. I was like, I'll give you $600 for it. $600 and a hoodie of my new merch. And he was like, okay, deal. I was like, yep, I'll take it. Everybody was
Oh,
mad at him. Like all of our close friends were mad at him because they were like, oh, I would have paid $700 for it. I was like, I offered him first.
That's a killer deal. Dario, you got a good deal on
Mhm.
yours too, right?
I mean, yeah, I got my Go XLR for $600. Which
That's
was
what
a good
everybody's-
deal.
That's what everybody's telling me. I basically got the mic for free. I just paid for the Go XLR.
Yeah, when I bought my Go XLR, it was like, I mean, we started virtually the same time. You said you were September
Mm-hmm.
started streaming. I was like August something, so literally like the same time. So everything in the streaming world, everything in the technology world during COVID was like
Yeah.
jacked up. So
Mhm.
the Go XLR then, like to buy it in stores or on Best Buy or Amazon, was $900. I don't know if it's cheaper now, but yeah, it was. Yeah, yeah. Getting started in streaming during that time period was financially
rough.
kind of crazy.
So-
It was rough.
900 US?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for a Go XLR, when I bought mine was 900. I got it for 300 off from a friend as well.
Damn, I got mine. So I got mine a while ago, like a few years ago, maybe a couple years ago, and I got it for 570 Canadian taxes in, which is like 400-ish US. But that was like
yeah,
retail
it's
price on
probably like
Amazon.
Canadian. It's probably Canadian quality though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's trash, bro. It's no good. I don't actually use it. So you use yours way more than I use mine, like with the sound effects and stuff on your stream. But it's really handy. You're gonna love it, truly. Like, I'm not sure if you played with it at all, but
I've only hooked it up to watch it change colors.
okay, well, you're gonna love it, man. And setting up the two PC thing, it can be like a little bit much. So like, if you need any help with it, I just literally done it the other day, a couple days
I
ago.
got a buddy that's literally gonna FaceTime me.
All right, perfect.
He's done it for like 4 other people, so he's literally gonna FaceTime me, and we're just gonna do it tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's not so hard when you got someone that can just like show
Mhm.
you the settings and stuff, and you just copy them pretty well and learn that way. But like trying to figure it all out by yourself, it can be like a headache, man. YouTube videos are also really good for that.
Yeah, and it's like I changed out my CPU on this PC, and like I've never been a PC guy, bro. Like I was always console. So when like I literally had the i9 I have in my PC now. I had it for a year before I put it in my PC.
Oh wow.
Just because you didn't want to like play with it and like yeah.
Bro, I mean, like it was like I just spent $1,300 on this. Imagine I messed something up. The wife is gonna kick my ass. So like I spent a year. It literally sat on the shelf beside me, literally just collecting dust in its little box. And literally, the guy that told me with the dual PC was like, "Here, just FaceTime me. We'll do it." And then we did it, and it took like 45 minutes. It was fun.
That's awesome.
I got to put like a new cooler in and all types of stuff. But like I would have never known how to do that if it wasn't for
Never.
meeting people through streams and stuff like that.
Are you building the PC coming, or is it coming a full?
Mm-mm. It's coming full. It's
Oh,
coming from
okay.
iBuyPower.
Oh, I got you. So you like basically built it and got it that way,
They're-
yeah.
Yeah. And the guy that's helping me with set up the dual PCs, he's the one that actually built this PC on their website, and then
Oh,
sent
no
me all
way.
this. Yeah.
Who
So
is it? Would we know?
creative, you might know him. Creative
Creative
Native.
Native. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I will say
He.
something about the gaming community that I've never really seen like anywhere else I've ever worked is the not the ability but the niceness of like so many people to just spare their time to
Mhm.
help with like PC related technology issues, building issues. Like it's I've probably spent like at least like 40 hours with people just helping me out for just wanting to
Yeah.
be nice and like teach me and like help me learn something or fix something that was broken. Crazy.
It is
It's
wild,
insane.
man. People are just. I find it more so in like. I hate to like differentiate communities or whatever, but like the Facebook gaming side of everything, I find is like so much kinder or like more willing to help than a lot of the people that I've ran into on the Twitch side of it. And don't get me wrong, there's obviously good people on Twitch. But it's just like I feel like the people that you meet on Facebook are just more willing to help and like contact you or even collab for that matter. You know what I mean?
Well, on Twitch, everybody has their own group. I mean, it's the same way on Facebook, but I feel like it's easier to get into people's groups on Facebook, like their little circles that they have.
Makes
Yeah, and
sense.
I also think two things that help on Facebook with that is one, the customs that we had a while ago. Like it was
Mhm.
primarily all Facebook streamers, and that's where I mean that's where I met you. I met Cozy. I
Mhm.
met like the majority of the people that I know and communicate to this day are people I met during when customs first came out. And then
Mhm.
number two, we had the Facebook only tournaments as well. So I feel like
I
through
miss
those,
those.
like those were cool. 5K every Monday.
Yeah, I was working a
Mm.
full-time job then,
Oh yeah, I like invited you a couple times. You're like, yo, I'm working. I was like, true.
and
Come
then
on,
and then I
come
go
on.
full-time streaming, and it's like, oh, we're not doing it no more. It's like, oh, okay. It's like, ah, that's nice. I could
Hey,
actually play in
hey,
them.
timing's everything. That one you
Timing
just
is
happened
everything.
to miss
Yeah,
that timing.
Who was hosting that?
it was like a different partner every week.
Oh,
It
right.
it was
Yes.
sponsored from Facebook, would put up the money. They would
Mhm.
never say like this is a Facebook tournament,
Yeah.
but they would just put and brand it through a different partner every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that now. That's a lot of money, man, to throw up like that. It's too bad that they don't like do stuff like that more often. That'd be a lot of fun. And plus,
Well,
I
that's one
mean,
thing. I know a lot of people complain about Facebook. I mean, I've complained a lot about Facebook myself, but Facebook gives their content creators a lot of things.
they do.
You've got Reels bonus. We had the supporter bonus in December that went from like October to
Mhm.
December. They didn't have to give us none of that.
There's
That's
Yeah,
it's
a
just
Stars Party too, right?
I didn't get. Yeah, no, I didn't get that one. There's some programs that I didn't get. Some programs I did get.
Okay, so the last podcast I had, we talked about. So I'm a big like, okay, my opinion. Twitch is the superior platform, but Facebook takes care of its I guess, community by doing these things that you just spoke about. Whereas you don't find that on Twitch. Like Facebook has more incentives financially for it to help people
Hmm.
out. But and then in this podcast where I'm saying this to the boys last week, they're like, well, at the same time, I haven't gotten paid in a month and a half.
Hmm.
And then it started coming out more and more. The more people I'm talking to, I seen a tweet 2 days ago from KB saying asking people if they're having problems getting their money, and then like a bunch of people right on his tweet, and it's like, holy crap, there's a lot of people not getting paid from Facebook after all.
Hmm.
You
Yep.
guys have that any of that issues?
I haven't. I've had a close friend that's had that issue. He
I'm
hasn't been
missing a
paid in months.
months.
Wow,
Months. Like I think of November of last year. He hasn't been paid since. And what's
wow,
crazy is that's when he went in and like he rebranded his page. So it's all on back end. Like his tax information all got messed up on Facebook's end. And like he's sending multiple support tickets and he just gets an automated message every time.
wow,
Yeah, I've
man.
been dealing with that same thing for since June of 2021. I have been emailing Facebook multiple times. They owe me $1,000 and I have not got it yet.
It's scary, man.
From when?
From June of 2021, so 9 months now.
No shot. Was that
That was
for
like
one of
that
these
was like
incentives?
Yeah, it was if you got donated like 1,000 stars, they were gonna give you $1,000 as well,
I remember that.
and then they never pay that out. and then I've been contacting them in contact. So it's like what you're saying. Twitch is the superior platform in terms of like the technology to actually stream, the ability to have high quality VODs, to have this, that, to get your own clips from there. Like the user friendliness on like just everything about Twitch is very, very, very nice. But Facebook, as a smaller streamer, as people that are trying to start streaming, it gives them the opportunity to earn an actual living and produce like content. Otherwise, you would on Twitch, it would be very hard to get recognized.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with
And each
that.
of them have their negatives on each side. So
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's a lot of money though, man. Like if you're owed $1,000 and those 15 other people are owed probably $1,000 or more, that's a lot of money Facebook has not paid out, man. Like it's potentially like hundreds of thousands or maybe even millions of dollars not paid out.
probably like seriously, probably close to like at least 100,000 to $500,000. If I'm 1,000 and
I
like
would
we're
say
talking about,
it's easy 500,000, easy.
yeah.
There's a lot of people streaming on Facebook right now.
Mm-hmm.
The
Oh.
tough thing about it is there's a chain of command, right? With Twitch, Twitch is a streaming platform and a streaming platform first and only. Facebook is a massive conglomerate of social connectivity that has different branches underneath them
Mm-hmm.
that are mainly social connectivity. And then you also have Oculus and you have all these different things. And then you have Facebook gaming, which they want to make a big thing and they're doing a good job of it. But for them to pass through money, it has to go through Facebook. So Facebook gaming team has to then bring it to the Facebook team and then they need to approve. It's like a whole line of command that is just not like, it just draws things out and makes the decision process and like the ability to like be like decisive not easy. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's frustrating.
I wonder what would happen if Facebook didn't buy out Mixer.
Mm.
Like where would Mixer be, you mean?
Yeah, because Ninja had just signed to Mixer, and he had brought a lot of those people over to Mixer and all that. I just wonder how big Mixer would be right now.
They could be
I
huge.
could be wrong, but I think Mixer was failing.
I think so too.
I think because and I don't know too much about it, but I think how Facebook is a massive conglomerate. You also have Microsoft being a huge company that they probably just didn't have either the right amount of resources allocated or just not enough like effort put into it. But I think Mixer was like kind of like dying off. Which is funny. They still had to pay out all those big content creators. Like, Ninja was like 8 or like 40 million or something like
I
that.
don't even, it's just insane.
Didn't a
man.
bunch of them go there though? It was like, didn't Shroud go maybe? Or am I confusing him with someone
Ninja,
else?
I'm pretty sure now Ninja and Shroud both went.
Yeah, that's wild, man. There was a
They went and got a check, and then 2 months later it closed down, and they went back to Twitch. He signed another contract.
And they earned all their money.
Those guys are all living in like massive shacks right now, like decked
yeah.
out stream rooms from the Mixer deal. You know what I mean? They made out good on that deal, man.
100%.
I think that Mixer was like a good idea. I just feel like it was based where Microsoft is Xbox. There's far less Xbox players than there's PS4 players. So I think that like that's the main reason why it wasn't doing so good. I think the platform itself worked good because a couple of my buddies played on Xbox and I would like check in and watch their streams every now and again. And they had like cool different incentives where like if you were end game or late game in whatever game you were playing, it could post you front page so that everybody or like everyone could join in. I forget what it was called, but you could go like stream to stream and just see like end games basically. So you get like 400, 500 people just jump in your stream to watch and potentially some of them stay or whatever. So that was pretty cool.
I've heard of that before, but I forgot about that. And that like for them to, I think that's a really cool feature because I know Facebook tries to do that like to an extent.
Yeah, when you're late game, you notice your viewers are up more than they are when the game first starts.
For sure.
100%.
But it's nowhere near like what you're saying, Alvin. What I've heard of before, like you literally go from like 2-3 people, you look up, you got like 400 people. Holy!
I forget what the name was on it. They're like it was like the special Mixer thing. Like that's what they promoted their platform for. Like you got a chance to be whatever that was, and it just shoots like 400 or 500 people to you for your end game. And like I said, potentially some stay. Like it happened to a friend of mine. I forget what game. It wasn't Call of Duty. I think it was PUBG. and he ended up keeping like 50 people, and he was like, you said, he had like 1 or 2 people watching him before that. Pretty insane. It would be cool to see like that feature actually brought to life on another platform, like to make it work like that. So I don't
Yeah.
even know how they know it's late game. Like, how would you even know?
That would be really hard to know that it's late. There would have to be like someone watching people's streams to know that you're in late game. And I can tell you right now, there ain't nobody doing that at Facebook.
No, no, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, like, I didn't know about the different like Facebook gaming having to contact like the social side of Facebook to get paid, people
Mhm.
paid, until I think it was the Nerves podcast. You said it, Dario, if I remember.
That may have been the first time I heard about it too.
Yeah, that's wild. For that, that should never be for one, and especially for a business like Facebook who are trying to, like, they are pushing their platform huge. Like, they're giving everybody incentives. Like, they're literally doing whatever they can to try to bring this together, and for them to like not be paying people for one, or not have a system in place where people can get paid, because let's face it, this is how you guys put food on the table, right? Like,
Mhm.
that $1,000, I'm sure you have bills that could be gone towards, or like something to help your stream set up, or something you could use that $1,000. And right now it's like in limbo since 9 months ago, I think you said. Like, that's crazy.
And that would be like if we're talking about, we've been talking a lot about the positives of each platform, but if I were to say the negatives of Facebook, it would just be, in my opinion, the biggest negative is they just don't have a support team that non-partner creators can have a
Mhm.
conversation with. You cannot ever speak to someone that's live, and that's really, really frustrating when you have one, payment issues, two, stream issues, three, the unique scenarios that pop up with like a very like unique service that we provide
Mhm.
that needs like a calculated response and like critical thinking behind it.
Yeah, but before COVID happened, you used to be able to chat with people at Facebook. But now, ever since COVID's happened, man, you get automated bots. That's all it is now. I mean, when I first sent in my first ticket, it was about changing my name on my Facebook page. I actually spoke to someone. Like, he actually emailed me back, and we emailed back and forth. But now you send in a ticket or an email, you just get an automated response. And most of the time, it's the same response, even if it's for a different scenario. That's the
Yeah,
only thing I
it's
wish
like,
for.
hey, we're gonna do our best to look into this. Please bear
Mhm.
us well. And that's the same response I've been getting like for 9 months.
Yep.
Dude, that's not that's not good enough. It's great that they put on the challenge or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, had that incentive for you. But I mean, what's the point if you literally cannot get paid from it? That's not like
Yeah.
our bad. It's been a month. That's 9 months. Like, that's almost a full year now that they've owed you money. Like, how much money do they owe? My mind is actually blown right now.
Like, dude, imagine the interest I could have made, like taking that money, doing a little bit of
Yeah.
this.
Dude, you
Yo,
could have
Facebook,
invested
if you
that
guys are
in.
listening to this, I love you guys, but I need like 10% interest on that minimum.
Minimum, bro. You could have bought an NFT and literally like quadrupled it overnight.
The one thing I will say I wish Facebook did is not kill your reach when you switched games.
Or names or anything like your title or anything like that. So the more I do these podcasts, man, the more I actually find out like more negatives about Facebook. I still love Facebook, don't get me wrong. Like, I think that it's a great idea, and once it's all worked
Mhm.
out, it's gonna be the most amazing platform ever. I'm sure of it. But like right now, the more I talk to people and spend time chatting with people, the more bad I find out. So like K Burnett changed his name from K Burnett Gaming while in algorithm to K Burnett, and
He killed
completely
it.
it was like he started back off with like 2 people. No one was getting notifications. No one knew he was live. It was basically like day one all over again. And then Twistscope had algorithm. He was like 2, 3, 400 viewers a night, from like 30, 40 up to that much. And he streamed, I think it was 6 or 7 days straight, and he had a family function where he couldn't stream. Like, he just wasn't home. So he was at the function, and he took 2 days off, came back, and it was like worse than what it was when he wasn't in algorithm. It's like they
I,
kind of
I was I
punished
was
him.
just about to say that. I just took 2 days off, and the post I sent as well, technically three. The post I just posted on Sunday got a third of the amount of views. Like my whole page is gonna be dead this whole week, and I already
Mhm.
know it's gonna happen because the first time I ever had algorithm, like when I first started, I went to the Bahamas, 2 days, 2 days, 3 days gone, came back. I've been at like 1,000 views max every stream since then. It doesn't
Hmm.
make sense what they do. It's like they want you there to be your slave 24/7. Otherwise, they're just gonna take it away from you. Or if you're already like 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 embedded with the algorithm and they love you, then they just don't
Hmm.
care. They'll do whatever for
Yeah.
you.
Do you think there's a like a rhythm to it? Like, do you think that if you post 5 things a day, or if you have 5 notifications a day, or if you do like 3 notifications a day, that there's something that will push you into it?
Everybody has their thinks. Like everybody thinks certain. Like you're only supposed to post 3 things a day because there are only three. Everybody says there's only like 2 or 3 notifications that go out. Like you only get really 2 notifications per stream is what I've seen. Once when you go live and then an hour into your stream.
Yeah, it says this person is still live or whatever. Dude, weird. I opened my Facebook the other day, and so it's funny. I get notifications for like everybody,
Hmm.
sporadically. So like I follow a ton of people on Facebook. I obviously do not get every notification. I will get multiple. Like I get a large number of them, but it would be like one day I'll get yours, the next day I'll get some other guys, the next day some other. You know what I mean? Something like that.
Hmm.
And so like people who I watch daily, I open up my notifications, and it's like one of the people I watch daily. It comes up and it says, "You haven't watched this in a while. Would you like to unfollow, or would you like to turn off notifications?" I'm like, I'm in there daily. Like, what do you mean? And then there's other notifications I get of people I haven't watched in a year. So I think they got it
Yep, and those are the
backwards.
people that probably have like a decent following and have had algorithm for a long time because I think personally, and again, it's what True said, it's all things. Like I've heard like you should post a max of 5 things a day because
Hmm.
if you get 5 noties, you're saying three. Like we really don't know how it works. But I do think there are Facebook gaming representatives that go into our streams to decide which people they're going to start pushing out. And then from there, like they decide, all right, this person's going to get treated, given the Facebook love forever.
That's how it
And
used to be. That's how they used to select their partners. Before the Path to Partner program, that's how people were getting signed as partners on Facebook. You would just get lucky enough to have a Facebook representative show up in your chat.
That's insane.
wow.
I didn't know that.
That's what I've been told. I don't know if that's 100% true, but I've been told that by multiple partners. And
It sounds right though, because there wasn't many Facebook partners for a long time. Like a year ago, there was like I
Mhm.
feel like right now there's so many more, and of course like more people are coming to the platform as well. But it wasn't like cut and dry. Like you needed this many returning viewers, this much watch time, blah blah blah. It was like you had to get accepted without all that
Mhm.
stuff, right? Like they based it
Well,
on your content, like you were saying. Someone might have went in through and looked, or like watched
yeah.
back, or whatever it may be. But it was more lucrative, and a lot of people didn't like that because like there was people who were doing good who weren't getting noticed for whatever reason. Where like now they meet the expectations, and they do have partnership and stuff like that. One thing I didn't know: did you guys know that the partnership requirements for Facebook are different every country?
Yeah. All right. So that's one thing I was going to touch on with KB. That's how he got partnership so fast. Is because when the partnership first came out, it was the exact same as mine was, and he's in the UK. So, but then I think they updated his, so that's why he got partnership so fast. Is because it's a different requirement than it is here in the US.
That's so weird.
Hmm.
And then there's certain countries that can't get partnered.
Yep, that's true.
There's countries that can't like there's no monetization. So I know like Jiggy Wiggy's in Denmark, and he is not able to accept something partner. I think he can't get partner. Um,
That's so strange.
yeah, he can get stars, but he can't get like a sub to his channel, which is weird. Like you would think that it would just be like open everywhere and accepted everywhere, but I
Hmm.
mean, some places have different rulings and different taxes and all that stuff. So it could be like deeper than what we think. But it's just weird that it, for one, it would be weird, or sorry, different, like country to country. And well, like what is it in the U.S.? What do you guys need to get partner?
3,000 engaged viewers.
Okay,
Engaged viewer is someone that watches your stream for 90 seconds, likes and comments on your post. On your stream. Not just a post. It has to be a live stream or a was live stream.
oh, okay. So live stream or was live stream have to like, comment, and share.
Yeah. No, they don't have to share. It's just it's an engaged viewer is someone that likes and comments.
Okay.
It's one of those though, right? It doesn't
Mhm.
have to be all of them.
I don't think it's all of them, but that's just the easiest way to sum it up to make sure that you're getting it done right is to just have them do all three.
And
Mhm.
Because
then
I know a lot of
90
people don't
seconds.
like the comment. Yeah. I say
Yeah,
90 seconds because that's what it took for supporters. It says 60 seconds, but I tell everybody 90 seconds just to
gotcha.
be sure
I think in
that you're
Canada,
getting
don't
it.
quote me, but I think it's returning viewers. Like you need so many returning viewers every
For
month.
for partner?
Yeah, I believe. Someone's probably going to comment and correct me, but I'm pretty sure from like people who I've talked to who are trying to, like I'm in a group chat and they were trying to go for partner or whatever and they needed 250 returning viewers, I think. And I
Yeah,
250 returning viewers is
for supporters.
yeah, it's a metric for supporters.
Oh, okay. Got you. Can you see there Dario what it is for Canadian partner?
I would have no idea how to view that.
I'm not sure either. I'm gonna find that out. I'm gonna get it put in the description as well, what it would take. But it's just it. I find. Do you guys not find that weird that it's different country to country?
I
Mm,
don't I don't think so.
yeah, I'm the same way. I think like I don't know why I feel this way, but I feel like every country has different. I don't know.
Different
Actually, I don't know.
rules.
I don't. Yeah, I didn't really think about it, but it didn't seem weird to me.
Mm,
I just feel like if everyone's doing the exact same thing, like you guys are playing the same game,
mhm.
for the same reason, and it's just different. Why would it be different? Why? Like I feel like
It's got to be a legality issue somewhere along the
Somewhere.
line.
Yeah.
yeah,
Behind
It
the scenes.
has to be.
I feel the same way. I feel like there'd be no other reason to have it different. You
Like,
know what
why
I
would
mean?
Denmark not be able to get partnered unless there was like some sort of like Facebook being an American associate, like trademarked in America or whatever, founded in America? So there has to be some sort of like international law between here and there that it might cost Facebook too much money to be paying, whatever it might be. It's got to be something along those lines.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Like I said, it's probably like a tax thing or something like that that is preventing it from happening. But yeah, it just like it struck me odd. Like you said, KB got his partner because it was
Mhm.
going for something else and stuff. It just is odd to me that it wouldn't be the same. But like you said, Dario, it's probably a legality somewhere along the way. If it's not though, I still think that's weird.
I would have been able to apply for partner in July, but I got sick. I couldn't even get out of bed.
So
I
July
was sick.
passed.
Yeah, this past July, I was at 98%. My streams were doing the best they ever did in June and July, and like I was at 98%. And then I went to work and then came home and I just felt bad. And I was sick for 9 days. Like I tried streaming GTA. That's when I was like really big into GTA. And I'm gonna get back into GTA because when the new PC gets here and everything. Because RP role playing is fun. But back to the partner thing, like I was
Give me real quick. Give me. I'm heavily debating doing RP. So if you
it's
go back
fun.
into that, I
I have
might
a
want to
city.
join your world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, come. My buddy's got a city. They're starting it up. It should be up Friday.
Oh
It's
wow,
Okay.
fun,
new.
man. Mhm.
Dude, I've never played RP myself, but I have to say, for a viewer, one of the boys, Twiscope, was really heavy into it for like a 3 month period, and I watched it from start, like get into the city, grind it out, like he had to learn the rules, and wow, dude, I would literally find myself being like, I'm gonna watch him for 20 minutes, all right, and then like hours later, nothing happened in the game, but I'm
Mhm.
still engaged and I'm still watching. I'm like, I've never felt this
Yeah.
way about a game before, and I didn't even play this game. You know what I mean?
Mhm. It's fun. I'm gonna be a cop again, like I was last time.
I
You
would watch. It was the same thing with True. I was watching your streams. You were like doing no cam, no camera,
Mm-mm.
and getting heavy algorithm, like
I was
200,
like,
300,000 people sometimes. Like,
I
what
was,
is
I
going
wow.
was
on?
blowing up, man. Like, that's when, and then I got sick, and then I took 7 days off, and then it's just been a rebuild. Let's rebuild.
It's
Crazy how that works.
insane how long it takes to rebuild. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I'm just now over 50%.
And that was July, right? You said July?
Mhm. Yeah,
That's
July. I was at
insane, bro.
95%.
Like KB changed his name like 3 months ago, and
He got hit hard with that.
dude, that's insane, right? Like, why would you punish someone so
Well,
much?
and see, like my buddy, he had a name that was like very like childish to stream with, and like his page got flagged because of his name. I mean, it was called No Lube Gaming. And
I always
I
thought,
was
like, what is he doing with that?
yeah, and we were in a group chat with me, him, and like three other buddies, and like I was like, bro, you need to rebrand. He was like, well, I'm afraid it's gonna hurt me. Well, he got supporters in 2 weeks after he rebranded.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
like he just
What do you
unlocked
switch to?
Red Rum, murder backwards. Don't ask me. Hey, don't ask me. I told him it wasn't a good name, but hey, bro, it's working out for him. His streams are doing the best that he's ever done.
And
So has this
that's
been
where
a
it all
recent?
comes back to us, like being like, we think we know what because KB changes his name and he loses everything, then no does it, and then it's so it's like, what is the process here? Like, can we crack the code? Can we learn it? Can us as Facebook gaming content creators find a way to like make it work for us so we can make it not just our living, but make it to the point where we are the audio freaks, the Rexillas, the Rydas, the of Facebook gaming? Like, how do we get to that level without being interrupted for doing little things that aren't our fault and to get like so negatively impacted? There's
I
got to
can
be a more direct route.
I can tell you one thing that's helped me in my community with notifications is I started a group chat, a messenger group chat with people that are in my stream every day. And every day I go live, I share my stream into that group chat, and they get a notification that I go live. Even if it doesn't show a notification on Facebook that I went live, it's in their messenger. So when they click on the messenger and they have a notification that I'm live. And man, I have like 90 people in there.
How
And
toxic is that
this is
chat?
like your name, like your like John Gray
Mhm.
Facebook profile with all
Yep.
your people that want to be in that group.
I make a post every once in a while like, hey, we have a group chat. If you want to be invited to it to help with notifications, comment on this post. I'll have me or one of my mods will invite you to it.
Wow.
And like it's just another way. It's like a small Discord server, I guess you could say, because people are always in there asking questions about monitors, finding people to play with, and all types of things.
It's
Well, I
actually
was
really
like
cool.
kind of like not really excited to do this podcast because it was you truly, and I was like, I don't know how, like, Drew's like the worst. But now
Yeah,
that you
yeah,
gave me
yeah.
that knowledge, like, it was worth it. It was worth being
It
here.
helps, man. Every little thing helps.
Dude, that's insane. I would figure that a chat with 90 strangers in it would be like really toxic.
Everybody's posting memes in their daily. Like I have a lot of UK people, and so a lot of the UK people don't come to my streams at nighttime. But when they wake up in the morning, I'm live, or when I wake up in the morning, they're already at work, and then like I'll catch them on lunch break and stuff like that. But they can always rewatch the streams because it's in the messenger. They don't even have to go to the page anymore. They just go to the group chat in the messenger group.
It's really smart.
Mhm.
It's like you said, it's like a mini Discord server, and I mean, who doesn't have Messenger on their phone, right?
Like, because a lot of people don't know how to work Discord. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yep. It's
Like a
Well,
lot
that's
not
of
like,
because
cons.
a lot of our communities are still console. That's
Mhm.
why.
yeah. And it's not easy. Like, the program, when I first went through it, like, it's now to me looking at it, it's super easy, but like at first I was lost. I didn't know what was what.
I still have my first Discord server ever made, and like I look at it sometimes, and it's just like, what was I thinking? Compared to like my new server I have, it's like I didn't know anything about it.
It's wild, man. The progression through all this is insane. You love to see
Mhm.
it, though. I mean, looking back on that Discord, it's probably like, look how far I've come. You know what I mean?
Yep, and that's like another thing, Dario. Like if you create a group chat, every time you share a TikTok, you just copy the link and put it in the group. You copy your reel link, you put it in the group, and like that's what helps the reels get an algorithm for me. I feel like I had a TikTok that got that or a reel that hit like 40,000 views, but it's got over 1K likes on it,
Wow.
Would
and
you
like
send it?
it's
You send all of them in your messenger group?
every time I post something, it goes to the messenger group.
Like, let's say you're posting. Do you post the same thing? Real
TikTok,
TikTok.
I
Boom, boom,
go
boom.
TikTok, then reel, and then sometimes to Instagram reel. Hey, that's another thing. Instagram reels. I've had a lot of people in the last 2 weeks come from Instagram to Facebook.
No way, for real?
Like Sunday, I was doing custom lobbies, like open custom lobbies, and I had like 4 people come from Instagram.
I
Hmm.
posted a reel, posted a couple reels actually on Instagram, and it's like you said, they done really well. I don't know if it's because Facebook and Instagram are like linked or like owned by Facebook or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But yeah, 100%. And the reels are huge on Instagram right now, just like YouTube Shorts, right? I guess all of them, TikToks as well. Facebook Reels, they're all the thing right now. Reels or like short videos are what everybody's wanting to watch. So like they're just like exceeding on every platform basically.
I do want to tell you, Dario, be careful. I've seen some of your reels where like you put like emotional damage type stuff in it from TikTok. You got to be careful doing that
What are you
because
talking about?
that's I so like you know how like I have a reel that's like it as well. You know how like you break someone's camera and then like you put an image of someone like from
Mm,
Google. So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
actually considered unoriginal content. You can get struck for that.
On Reels or
Uh,
Facebook or Instagram Reels?
Facebook reels. Grizz and D4 both got hit with it last week, and now they're not in the they're not in the reels bonus programs anymore.
No way.
Wow. Wow.
So they took a
Okay.
random picture on Google and just like cut the face out.
It was like we don't know that exactly what it's for, but Grizz made a post on Twitter, and like the people that were all complaining about it basically all did the same thing. They either brought music from TikTok or they had some kind of like content, like my William Knife Man video. It got flagged. I don't know if y'all had seen it, but because it got flagged for unoriginal content.
And
That
was
wasn't.
that was just the audio, right? Not the
That was just
yeah.
the audio.
Hmm. For those of you listening that don't know what the William Knife Man is, it's like I don't know what it's from, but this guy's like, I am the Knife Man, William
Mhm.
Knife Man.
William Knife Man.
It's just the audio, and like I'm sure you just whenever you hit the throwing knife, like you would put that in there or
Yeah,
whatever.
I had to throw a knife from like 50 meters away. And put it
So
in there.
you put the audio in your clip and Facebook flagged you for the audio.
Because it was unoriginal content.
Wow.
And like I have a strike on my page, man, that is from June of last year. It happened in Verdansk. And it was a cutscene of one of Warzone's like trailers to like something they're updating on the map. And I got flagged for unoriginal content and it won't go away. I appealed it and it won't go away.
Wow.
Is that the restricted monetization thing, or is it different than that?
No, I have the same one you have.
You
Probably.
like right now on my page, and this has been almost 8 months, almost
Mhm.
as long as the $1,000 I've been paid out. It says restricted monetization. I'm not able to do ads or a couple other things, and it's been
Yep.
here. And I appealed it once. They immediately declined it. Didn't say any reason why I got it, and it has still. And you can only appeal one time. So now
I
I'm
am in the
just
same
stuck with
boat.
it.
I am in the same boat. You can't like add it. You can't add branded content or something like that. And then here, I can bring mine up right now. Let me do it. Mine's the exact same thing as yours, though.
So they give
Yeah,
you
it's,
a one shot on appealing and then you're on your own.
Mhm. Yep.
and my appeal was like, hey, like I don't know what I did. If you guys could give me some clarification, because everything I've done is like my original work. If you could just help me out, let me know where I went wrong, and I can let you know, like, hey, and explain to you this is mine.
Like I can't partner with advertisers, and I cannot. I'm
Tag
unable
partners
to
in your post.
tag partners in my posts. That's it.
I have
I
the
don't do
same
that
exact thing.
anyways. But it's like, what are you flagging me for? And like when it first hit me, I'd sent in a ticket, and I actually got a response back to a video. They sent me the link from the video of what it was, and it was one of the cutscenes for like the downtown thing that was happening. And I expired the video, and they're like, "Oh, well, it should go away. Just appeal it." Nope. And now you email them today, and they're like, "We're looking into it."
Mm-hmm.
At
That's all
least
you
you
get.
get a response, right? Like we're
Mm,
gonna look into it, or is that
Weeks.
automated?
Oh, that's automated.
Yeah, that's no good.
It might not be automated right then, but it's an automated message.
Yeah,
It's
it,
the
it
same message every single person gets.
it sucks that I'm like finding out more and more negatives as we do these, because it's almost like there's that one's not a big one, but the fact that you can't appeal it or you can't get rid of it and it's stuck on your page, that kind of sucks because, like you said, you don't like Dario's case. He doesn't know what he did. Doesn't think he did anything. You were told that it was going to go away. It never does go away, and there's no one to contact to make it go away. So that kind of sucks. I think they need
And
like a support team.
and us small content creators, we don't have the voice to get someone's attention on Twitter. We don't. Like I'll
No.
never forget D4 Beast, one of our buddies. He had I can't remember exactly what the problem was, but I think me, Dario, and like all these other small content creators literally just kept tagging Facebook Gaming and people on Twitter from Facebook, and they finally fixed his issue.
That's
I think his
wild.
whole oh, this is what it was. Yeah, I remember this. He reached out to me because he was
Hmm
very upset. His whole page just disappeared,
I
thin
mean,
air,
gone.
gone.
Let's
And
just
then like
delete it.
he was doing this full. It was just not there. Like couldn't go and couldn't do anything. And we just like I think me and you like made like a joint Twitter post or something like that, and like tagged all of our buddies that were like already
Yeah.
partners, and then it finally got handled. But like, if he didn't know like you or didn't like know people that knew
Mhm.
people, then like, what do you do? That all comes down to like, again, the support system on Facebook just isn't that great.
Mhm.
And I feel like we're almost beating a dead horse when we say that, but it's like so like to our hearts because we deal with it every day. Because like the only reason, like I guess everyone that's watching, like we stay on Facebook because there are a lot of positives. One being
Mhm.
able to earn a full time, like being able to earn income that like you can support yourself off of is the main one, at least in my opinion. But
100%.
um, yeah, there's definitely a lot of negatives, and these little negatives make it where people want to switch, but it's not easy.
I mean, I've been streaming on Twitch here and there almost every night. I've streamed. That's where I stream all my other games. Because I tried Apex on Facebook and it killed my reach. Because there was a point when Caldera first came out, like I just wasn't enjoying the game, and like I couldn't play Call of Duty when I wasn't enjoying it. So I'd try to stream Facebook, and like notifications wouldn't go out to people, and so finally I only stream Call of Duty on Facebook, and then my Twitch is for other games.
So are you gonna play RP on Twitch then?
No, I'll be doing it on Facebook.
Are you going like 100% RP on Facebook, or are you gonna go back and forth
No,
between COD?
it'd be when I play RP, I get addicted, like addicted. Like I get
I see
into
that.
this.
I
I
can't
get
wait,
into the
bro.
story. Like I've already like this the city I'm joining. What's it called? Let's see. It's called Diamond Rock RP. It's like so Cozy had started his own city. I think last year
Wired,
around
right?
this time. Yeah, it was called Wired. Well, two of the people in it were really good friends with Cozy and everything. Well, Cozy had sold the server rights to them, and now they have just like taken off with it. So like they remade the city and they're coming back through and like me and Grizz are in the city. He's a
Oh,
cop.
so this is gonna be Wired RP 2.0 almost.
Basically so. But it's
That's
got
the
a
one that
whole
you're
new
joining, right?
yes, the one I'm joining. The server's already launched, but it's not like 100% ready for everybody yet. But like I'm already a cop in the city and everything else like that. It's gonna be really fun.
I can't
Yeah,
wait.
I'm very excited to like. I've been trying to dip my toes into that, but I haven't like fully done it because of.
This would be a good city for you to learn it because this city's not like it's not like you're no pixel or anything else like that. It's not gonna be super strict with things. And everybody that's in here is almost a content creator, and we're just here to make content.
Yeah, I
That's
think
basically all it is.
yeah. Send me more information after this. I'll check it
I
out.
will.
It's easier to start with somebody too.
Uh-huh.
Like if two of you guys started this one server together, it's like more enjoyable. In my like I've never played it, but in my experience watching people start, it's better if you have someone that's like got an in, like he's already a cop, so he's like in. They trust him obviously to give him a job and stuff. So,
Oh, I'm high command. I'm SWAT. I run SWAT in the city.
okay,
I'm gonna handle all like hostage negotiations and everything.
dude, that's insane. How many people are they anticipating in the server?
Well, every night the old city, they had some hiccups with it, and the old city went down like last week, and they were averaging like 22 to 30 people every night.
That's fun,
That's a
man.
lot. That's a lot for a small city. I mean, like I've been in like Pineapple RP where every night you were having to wait 3 hours to get in, unless you paid $100 a month to be first in line. And like I was so into that heavy RP that I literally paid $100 to be first in line every night.
I think you almost have to when you're streaming because you like. I mean, if you're
Hmm.
going to live at 7, you
Yeah.
need to get in that city at 7. You know what I mean?
Oh, there
And
was
how many people are we talking about, True, in something like that in Pineapple?
oh, you're talking about max like 100 people.
Is that a lot for a city?
Hmm.
Like, okay.
That's a lot.
I feel like you can get some heavy content out of 100 people though.
Well, I think Pineapple was actually larger than 100 people. It might have been like 200 or 300 people, to be honest with you, because there was like the police force was so large that you could hit a bank, hit another bank, hit another bank, and hit another bank, and all four banks could be going off at once, and there would be cops at every bank.
Too many people.
Yeah, and that there was so many gangs and all that orgs and everything in the city. It was fun, man, but it got to the point where the people that were the owners of Pineapple got into no pixel and they stopped caring about their city, and then Pineapple kind of went downhill. It's coming back up. I haven't been in it, but
So does that mean the future of Truly is looking like less COD and more RP?
I'll be streaming twice a day on COD and then once GTA.
And
Are
you're
you
gonna do both on Facebook, right?
Every morning will be Call of Duty. That will never change.
Love that.
Now, I have one last question. I know we're probably getting close to having to wrap up here, but so when we first met, we kind of got into like the competitive scene together. We were playing tournaments, and you were into tournaments a lot. And then when Caldera came, it kind of seemed like your tournament like wire was just not there anymore. But now I've been seeing you playing in some tournaments. So like, where do you see that going, and what kind of content do you want to produce on COD moving forward?
Any tournament that I can get invited to, I want to play in. That's just how it is.
We got Tournament True back.
Yeah. I
I
hate it
love
though,
that.
man. My community loves it, but I hate it because I've got like when I first started streaming, I didn't talk to my chat because that was like when I played Call of Duty, I was competitive all the time. Like I hate it because like when I play a tournament, like I don't look at my chat monitor like at all. Like my chat knows that I have 5 mods. So like when it's tournament day, like that's their job is if someone asks me a question in chat, you answer it, and if you can't answer it, have them re-ask me when I'm talking to chat between games. I think it was the first RSG tournament I did joining RSG was with Grizz, and literally we went down one map in grand finals. I literally turned my camera off and I turned my chat monitor off, and I literally just went like ham. Like I don't think I blinked the last match.
He's not lying either, dude. You turned up in that tournament.
I literally turned my webcam off and my right monitor off, and I was like, "Chat, I won't talk to you, and I'm not even looking at that monitor."
Demon mode. That's insane.
That's what it takes. That's what it takes sometimes. I mean, that's the struggle playing competitive and not playing competitive. Because like in the morning streams, I mean, I'm vibing with chat and having fun. But then there's some times where like, if I can drop 40 kills, like I'm gonna drop 40 kills and like not focus on chat as much. That's just the competitive side of me.
Especially
But there's
in a
some big
tournament.
streamers out there, man, that don't even read their chat.
Oh yeah, very or
And
like
that's all they are. That's all they are is competitive.
yeah, they don't even glance at it, or if they do, it's just like, oh hey man, thanks. They don't even
Z-Laner
like talk
said-
about it.
I can't remember where Z-Laner said it at, but he made a very good point. To make it in the streaming industry, you either have to be likable or good at the video game, or both.
Yeah.
It's just that's how you make it.
I
You have to
agree.
be able to carry on a conversation with someone, or you got to be good at the video game. And if you can be both, it's just a plus.
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like Tim the Tap Man got the likability and the conversation held down in his content.
Yeah.
I mean, same with
crazy.
Nick Merckx. Nick was always good at Fortnite, but he was never like the best. He was just very accurate. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's
That's one thing about Nick though. When he puts his mind to something, he accomplishes it. It's the same way when I played against him in Gears of War, bro. Like that
Real?
man.
So you played like
I've-
tournaments against him?
In Gears of War and Call of Duty.
Love that.
I've seen that dude almost beat someone's ass at an event before.
So you were
He
with
does
him
it,
at
but-
live events.
Gears of War.
Dude, that's insane.
I went to one event for Gears.
Who was the guy that they almost got into a fight with?
I can't remember his name. It was like a long time ago.
Dude,
But he almost choked Ninja out at one of the events, a Halo event.
Yeah, he did.
I
Okay, so I was watching Nick's live stream when he talked about the ninja. And he literally challenged Ninja. He was like, let's just go outside or whatever. And Ninja was like, no, man, not about it. And then the other guy, too, he was like, it only happened twice, he said. And it was Ninja. And then he talked about the other guy, which is probably the guy you're talking about. But he was like more aggressive that time. I don't remember what happened. But that's funny as hell that you brought that up because I actually watched him talk about it on live stream. It's funny as hell. It was like during like a ninja beef or someone asked like what was the beef or whatever. And he was just like, all right, here's what happened.
And that's another thing. When I was younger, like I played against Ninja and Pistola in Halo, and like to see where they are today is insane. And to see where the
oh my god, that brings back memories.
To see where the Call of Duty competitive scene is, like Scumpy, that's on Optic. I played with Scumpy in Modern Warfare 2 before he was Scumpy. I remember playing against Nate Shot and with Nate Shot when he was working at McDonald's before his mom, like as his mom was like passing away, like around that time, like the old days. Like it's crazy to see where Call of Duty's came. Like back then, a $1,500 tournament was insane, but now they're playing in $1 million tournaments.
Yeah, it's come so far.
Mm-hmm.
So far, COD is blown up, man. And the people, I feel like the people who are involved in the Call of Duty are the ones that are like, you know, your Nade shots and your scumps. You know what I mean? They're like super huge people. It's definitely cool to see, man. I love watching progression altogether. But I got one question for you, Truly, before we wrap this up. We are coming up on that time. I want to know what your goals are for 2022. Do you have any set out?
Just to hit partner on Facebook.
So your goal this year, you're gonna grind until you hit partner.
That's it.
Love that, man. I think that it's gonna come soon, especially if you get into that RP. I can't wait for that, man. I think that like now all my free time is gonna be like watching you play RP because I get heavily involved in it, and I'm glad that you're doing it because you might get that, you know, the push and like what you said before, hit that algo again, and you're boom partners right there, right? So it's amazing. All right, I want to thank you, Dario, for hosting with me today, and Truly for coming on here. It was an absolute blast, guys. 100%. We're gonna have to do it again soon.
Yes, sir.
We will be back next week. Oh, Reid, as well, please drop Truly's socials on the screen. Guys, make sure you go check them out, follow them, like, all that good stuff, subscribe. Check out all the socials. This man is absolutely cracked at Call of Duty. As you heard, he's a competitive player, and you should see him play Warzone. It's insane to watch. But yeah, we'll be back next week with another podcast. Again, Truly and Dario, thank you guys so much. Until next time, guys. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.